Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
So according to a particular post on X, and this is a post by Typical African at Joe Bassi, it says, "No room for corruption in Mali. You need to be accountable for every money under your watch as a minister." So this is Assimi Goita, and he says that the reports rather that he has sent 11 ministers to jail over 80 billion CFA corruption scandal. 80 billion CFA corruption scandal. Now let me check how much. What's the equivalent of 80 million, CFA to dollar? We need to know how much that is to know if it's really what. Oh, wow. That is 136,149,149. Oh, wow. That is 136,149 US dollars. That's a lot of money. That is a really whole lot of money. And if African leaders are taking responsibility like this guy, let's come to Nigeria, for instance. There's been a lot of corruption cases. And if the cases are being dealt with the way they should be dealt with, the people who are involved are being dealt with, trust me, nobody will do it again. Because one thing about humans is when we begin to see that somebody has suffered for this thing, you will not want to do it. There are tendencies that you run away from it because you don't want to fall victim like that person. Is it China? There is a place, I think it is China, that once you have been found guilty of corruption as a politician or as somebody holding a particular political position, that you'll be assassinated or you'll be hung. I don't know whether it is they are hanging the person or they are shooting the person. I don't know what they are doing to the person, but it is straight assassination. Now, Mali's military president is sending 11 ministers to jail over 80 billion CFA corruption scandal. Trust me, if all African countries are beginning to take these steps and these measures, we are going to arrive at the Africa that we've always wanted in our lives. We don't have to travel to the West to see how things are being done to come and replicate. The West will come to Africa and they will come and learn from Africa. That is the Africa of my dream. That is the Africa of my dream. So a big, round of applause, a big shout out to Assimi Goita for taking this step. Other people will begin to learn. Accountability is actually what Africa needs right now. That is what Africa needs right. And it's unfortunate that greed has blinded many Africans. Greed has blinded their eyes. You get to the post, you get through the ranks, and you get to the position of a minister. Instead of you to do well, let people be happy, be accountable. All you want to do is to chop money, eat money and run away. Are you a thief? Yes, you are a thief. Because anybody that eats the money meant for the people is a thief. Yes, you are a thief. You are a thief. So we must be accountable to progress. A big one, a big shout out to him, and I'm so impressed. What do you think about this?